All right, Shalom, Yasharala, peace is all first and foremost. As always, I want to give all praises in honor and glorification to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, How Kakadash. Double honor to our elders, apostle of GMS, who will walk in peace and blessings to the hopefully Lekakiam out there pushing this gospel, this doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in righteousness, in sincerity and in truth, and also Shalom, Wabrakatham. Peace and blessing to the brethren and the few sisters that may be tuning and listen, learning, studying under the vibration of Yahweh Bahashim, Bahasham, Hawakakadash, Yahweh, that's the Hebrew name of whom the world ignotical God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh means he is, he to be, he exists, the being that existed before time, also known as the Ancient of Days, in Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, that's the Hebrew name of his beloved Son, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai means he who saved, he who delivered, the savior of the elect of the nation of Israel, which is called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, according to the Bible, where God chosen people. Bahasham Baha, which means in the Sham name, or called Spirit Kadash, surely in the name of the Holy Spirit, which allow us to be able to understand this truth. This wasn't the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue, the language that Yahweh Shai spoke to Saul, which became Paul on his way to Damascus, the language of the heavens. And once again, to Wadi Yahweh Shai for allowing us to understand this truth. I want to do a lesson real quick on this article that you see in front of you in a law world and edifying. Because, yeah, man, the more you research, the more you study, you see why these devils are able to control the whole planet, because they created all kind of organization to take over countries, to overthrow governments, to put sanction on nations, to steal natural resources of nations, to put embargo on countries, man. You have organizations such as the IMF, International Monetary Fund. You have the FBI. All these organizations are put in place to keep white supremacy, Edomite supremacy going, to make sure that white people stay in power, so that they can ultimately be Lord, be masters over the dark-skinned people all over the earth, especially the Israelites. And we know ultimately that was a biblical prophecy, because Isaac gave Esau power and dominion over the earth temporarily. And right now, we are at the end of these devils ruling over us. Very soon, we're going to be free from these devils, man. Yahweh Shai, which is dark-skinned man, a dark-skinned entity, is coming back to dethrone these devils, man, to take them down. And that's exactly what it is. And we can't wait, man, for these devils to go down, man. This is the day that we look for. So this devil, Mike Pompeo, who used to be Secretary of State under Donald Trump, I think, he said, let's read the article. It says, we lied, cheated, and stole. Pompeo come clean about the CIA. The CIA, they like to say it's a Central Intelligence Agency, but I say it's a Caucasian imperialism agency, man. They are created to keep white supremacy going, to oppress the dark-skinned people of the earth, especially the Israelites, man. Like I said before, they overthrow governments, they put sanction on nations, they kill, assassinate presidents, so that white people can stay in power. That's how they work, that's how they function, and they can never satisfy, no matter how much they have. It says covert operations ousting democratically elected government, and that's exactly what it is, what they have done, and that's exactly what they are continuing doing. You have a well-known Muammar Gaddafi, which was was ruling Libya for a long time. He was taken down by by these devils, man. Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein. If you go to the Caribbeans, the list of the CIA, the track record goes long and long, man. That's exactly what it is, man. These devils are put in place to oppress, to take over, to control, to oppress, man, to oppressing the people of the earth, man. He says, ousting democratically elected governments, inciting revolt, in supporting transnational companies run of the mail action for the CIA, and that's exactly what it is. They control the drug cartel. Those are Issacharites in Mexico. Those Colombians. Guess who they're working for? They're working for the CIA, man. They are bringing drugs into the country. During the Reagan administration, the CIA was responsible for bringing drugs in this country, man. And he says, United States Secretary of State, former Central Intelligence Agency Director, 2017 to 2018, Mike Pompeo admitted to an audience from Texas A&M, so like A&M University on April 5th 15 that the agency especially trained employees to lie, cheat, and steal. And that's the characteristic of the Edomites, man. To lie, steal, and cheat. To lie, to cheat, and steal. That's how they are able to seize control over the whole earth, man. A matter of fact, so deceive the nations. Revelation 20. That's how Esau was able to seize control over the planet, to lie, deception, and thievery. 20 and 4. Revelation 20. Deceived. Okay. Let's get that real quick. Revelation okay, come on. This is Revelation 20 verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall loose out of his prison. Let's get that real quick. Matter of fact. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 20 verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great seal in his hand. The angel was Yahushua, who you hold the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. And he laid the hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which the devil is Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So these devils, these Edomites, was in a low state. They didn't know how to bathe themselves. They didn't know how to cook. They used to do all many of vile, abominable wickedness to one another. Verse 3 says, and cast him into the bottomless pit. The bottomless, like the bottomless pit, is Europe, because Europe lack natural sources, and that's exactly why these devils had to eventually escape Europe and go to the Americas, Africas, to take over. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled, and after that he must be lose a little season, and that's exactly what it is. The little seasons is still right now. We are still in the little season. They are still losing, and they went out deceiving the nations, man. That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is, and that's what we're living right now. Esau having control over the whole earth, man, to lies, deception, and wickedness. Matter of fact, let's get Job 9 verse 24 real quick. Job chapter 9. Job 9 verse 24. Let's get that real quick. Job chapter 9 verse 24, and it says, the earth the earth is giving into the hand of the wicked. So the earth, the rulership, the sovereignty, the sovereignty of the earth, is giving into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who is he? The wicked. Pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4, for people which are the Edomites. You are the wicked. You are the vile, the foul, the sin children, the physical manifestation of the spiritual demon Satan here on earth are the Edomites, and that's exactly why they take pleasure in doing wickedness, oppressing nations, oppressing people. They take pleasure in seeing people suffering. It brings them joy. So and they can never satisfy. Matter of fact, let's prove that real quick, man. Habakkuk 1 on verse Habakkuk 2. No matter how much they have, they never satisfy, man. Habakkuk 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the church shall live by his faith. He also, because he transgresseth by wine, the devils, they are proud, man. The wine goes into the philosophy. They think nobody can beat them. They think they are undefeated. Guess what? Yahweh has come to make sure the devil get defeated. He also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So these devils, no matter how much they have, they would never be satisfied, man. They always want more. They always want more. And that's how they function, until there's no more. When Alexander the Great and his generals, when they went conquering, he and his generals for 12 years, conquering, and after, when they couldn't, when they had no more land to conquer, they ended up fighting among themselves, because in these devils, they cannot satisfy. I mean, they cannot be satisfied. They gotta have something to they are insatiable. They gotta have something to put to death, man. That's how they work. And he says, matter of fact, let's read this one more time. He also, because he transgressed by wine, wine goes into his philosophies. He's a democracy. He's a woman liberalism. He's a LGBTQ XYZ agenda that he's pushing over the whole earth. That's his wine. And neither keep it at home. So these devils are all over the earth, man. They have a military bases all throughout the earth, man. They want to exploit the philosophy to the whole earth, man. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's exactly what it is. These devils, they don't mind having everybody around, but they have to be on top. That's how they function. That's ingrained in the very fabric. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, in a touching proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long into him that leadeth himself with thick clay. And the thick clay goes into the debt. Right now, these devils are heavily in debt. They are in debt to the international uh baking families, man, which is Amalek. And that's exactly what it is. So let's go over the article real quick. It says, when I was a cadet, what the cadet motto at West Point: you will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. We had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment, Pompeo boasted, as the audience laughed and celebrated the statement. And that's how these devils are, man. That's what they are. That's how they function. That's ingrained in the very fabric, man. You know. A matter of fact, let's get John 10 and 10, man. Let's get John 10 and 10. John 10 and 10, and that's the one of the characteristic of Esau Edom, John 10 and 10. And it says, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. And that's like what it is. That's a statement that Yahweh Shai made. The thief is who? At that time, when Yahushua was on the scene, the thief was the Romans, the Roman armies, the Edomites. And that's how they that's how they live, man. That's how they send power, by kill, stealing, and destroy, man. They are the destroyer, man. That's what they are, man. So that was a quick lesson, man. It was edifying. I want to say all praises and honor and glorification to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.